guys, it's Tam. Hope you're doing well and staying safe and having a wonderful, 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 spectacular day, night, wherever you are. If you are new to the channel, please consider clicking subscribe and leaving a like and a comment. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody that voted on the community tab regarding this weekend's videos. I had a poll with three choices between a whisper ramble, inaudible whispering, and an eye exam. The two top tied as of this recording were the whisper ramble and the inaudible whispering, so that will be this weekend's. But I will be doing an eye exam in the very near future. I also have several requests from people commenting that I'm going to be fulfilling, possibly as bonus videos during the week. I'm also going to be chewing delicious gum during the whisper ramble for an extra clicky whisper. I don't know what I've picked because we have literally got so many different gums in the house. This is Orbit gum. Orbit gum. Without further ado, please sit back and enjoy this wonderful whisper ramble. I have written down a bunch of notes for this video because this is just a whisper ramble. Typically, for me, when I'm watching whisper rambles, I want the audio. I'm not so focused on what I'm seeing so much as what I'm hearing continuously in a video, so I did write notes. As I said in the poll, the whisper ramble would focus on movies, my escape room experience, and trips. Now, we've taken a couple trips, but I'll probably only focus on one of them, so I can save room for something else in the near future, like another whisper ramble. Now, I was doing a little bit of research on the movies or the series that I've just been watching, and they are not as recent as I thought because I am behind on my movie and series watching. One of them is extremely recent. The other one I thought was recent. It's from 2019, so, So, the very first, let me go ahead and look at this one. Yes, the very first movie that we recently saw, which is pretty recent. I don't know when this came out. This one is The Pale Blue Eye. The Pale Blue Eye. And to be honest with you, this is my type of movie 100% more of a period piece, a little bit dreary. The setting is very cozy. It's very much a photographic masterpiece, so to speak. Like, I really love those elements in a movie. The other thing I loved is that Christian Bale is the lead actor in the movie, and I love him. He's been in several movies, everybody knows. Another thing that I did not realize until my daughter pointed it out is the second main character is Harry Melling. I think that's his name, Harry Melling. I did not realize that is Dudley from Harry Potter. I couldn't even believe it. Even when my daughter pointed it out to me, I had to go back and look at Dudley, and I was like, oh my gosh, their eyes look exactly the same. Okay. He has lost a tremendous amount of weight, and he is obviously older. That was 20 years ago, so obviously he's going to be way different, but I couldn't even believe it. So basically, the scene of this movie is set in the 1800s. There are, at this point, one if not two very grisly murders or suicides that occur at West Point Academy. And so this detective, a very famous detective, is called in by the Academy executives, Augustus Land He's the lead detective, and he's played by Christian Bale. He is called in to help solve these, at least 2 at the time, murders / suicides. What's going on? Why do these people do it now? They may have been initial suicides, they think, but then they turned into something very suspicious because a body part was removed from these people. Very grisly. So he was called in. And the more I think about it, another one of the characters might be in Harry Potter, but I can't remember. He plays one of the West Point executives, like one of the lead people on the board of, it's like a board of directors, but one of the main people that has interactions with the detective. Anyways, so what he does is the lead detective comes in, and per the suggestion of another cadet, they say you should be speaking to this one cadet that may have further information on these people and their surrounding groups. And the cadet's name is Edgar Allan Poe. How interesting is that? Now, the neat thing is, Edgar Allan Poe, in real life, I knew that he had gone to University of Virginia. I wasn't sure if he, in reality, had gone to West Point, but in fact, he did go to West Point, but he only lasted a short time before they basically failed him out. He only lasted at University of Virginia because of money issues. But anyways, and the real life Edgar Allan Poe, I'm sure most of you have heard of The Raven and other poetry, short stories, etc. that he had done. The real life Edgar Allan Poe only lived to be 40 years old. And mystery surrounded his death. They didn't know whether it was by his own accord, if it was something else. So, interesting. The character was played magnificently by Christian Bale and by Harry Melling. I think that's his name. Oh my gosh. Anyways, the scene was great. It was almost a little bit slower progressing, but you were drawn in immediately, trying to figure out, was this by murder? Who committed it? What was the scoop? And I won't spoil it for you guys. But the more I think about it, it's rated R, so I'm not sure. Some of you might not be able to even see it. But it was very good. I saw it with my son and my husband. My daughter did not see it because I think it was rated R, and I don't let her watch that kind of stuff. I have to be very choosy about my son, even though he is older. I'm just like, a little bit choosy about that kind of stuff. But all in all, very good. Now I'm looking at, I know another point that I thought was very interesting is one of the cadets that Augustus Landon interviews, the detective interviews cadets coming in on, how do you know this person that we found? What were his last associations before he was found, etc. One of the cadets, very interesting. One of the cadets, Charlie Tahan, but I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. He is from Ozark, which is one of my ultimate favorite series, Ozark. Now that we watched quite a long time ago, but I immediately recognized him, and what a major switch. It's almost like when you see a character, someone, they always play that same sort of that generic type of character, like they're pigeonholed into something that they are always going to play, like dark and brooding. Someone's always going to do that. If they're in comedy, they're always going to be in a comedy. Well, this cadet was in Ozark, and he played a very low-income, low-class character, which I loved his character. It was fantastic. But in this one, he's a cadet, an upstanding cadet, and it's so amazing to see the differences in characters that he has played. Very neat. So I really like that guy. What else do I have? The movie's setting was drab, dreary. It was a snowy setting throughout the entire movie. It was filmed in Pittsburgh. Very interesting. interesting. I think that's it. Like I said, it was filmed. It takes place. It's a murder mystery that takes place in the 1830s. So very neat. Oh, and another actress that had a very small part in it, Gillian Anderson. I'm dating myself again, but Gillian Anderson was the main actress in X-Files, and we used to watch that a long time ago. That's like a 90s series, the X-Files. I totally was like, when I was watching it, I thought, she looks so familiar. I have to look at the cast of characters because she looks familiar, but I don't know where from. The X-Files. Again, so far in the future, and she looks fantastic. So, the second, more recent movie that we saw, which I watched two times in one weekend. This was fairly recent that I watched this with all four of us. It was me, my husband, my daughter, and my son. We all loved it. Glass Onion, Knives Out, murder mystery. The main characters, they're all main characters, but the main guy in question was Edward Norton. Edward Norton plays Miles Braun, who is a high-tech billionaire that has a getaway on a Greek island. Very secluded, very high-tech. He has like robots walking around. The Glass Onion is the pinnacle of this beautiful estate, and it's literally made out of glass. You can see in it, and it's shaped like an onion. Very interesting. Anyways, he sends out several boxed puzzles to several of his acquaintances, and all of these people have a link together. Not only do they know each other, but they have a relationship with them that is all about them rising to the top, or how they got famous, or how they got to be, wealthier, etc. But they're also all associates. Anyways, he invites all these people to his island for a murder mystery. And one of these people that comes to the island is played by Daniel Craig, who is a previous James Bond. Daniel Craig, what's his name? I don't know the detective's name. What is it? Oh, I didn't even write it down. Benoit Blanc, I can't remember his name. Oh my gosh. I should have written that down. But anyways, this lead detective comes to the island, and it's almost like Miles Braun is like, oh my gosh, this detective, what is he doing here? Well, he says he received one of these puzzle boxes, inviting him because after they opened the puzzle box, there was an invitation to this murder mystery. So all these people here, the detectives here, well, it was for a obviously faux murder mystery weekend that he had put together. But in reality, someone out of the whole entire group dies, and they have to solve the murder. They're all piecing it together and, working sort of together to find out who did this, who done it. Very, very well done. Very well done. Well, it was so well done that when I watched it the second time, I looked out for the main clue that is the twist. It is the twist that basically tells you who is the suspect, who is the subject of the crime. And sure enough, right in front of me, I was like, oh my gosh, right when it happened, I sort of snickered because we were all watching it together. Like, I watched it alone, and then I told everybody to watch it. And when that particular part came in the movie, I was like, it's right there in front of me, and I totally didn't realize it's very subtle, but it shows you something that happened. It's very interesting. Some of the other actresses and actors: Kate Hudson, Janelle Monáe. Janelle Monáe is actually an American singer and songwriter. Very interesting. Madeline Klein, who played Whiskey. I thought that was a very interesting character name, Whiskey. mystery of a planned murder mystery, but something goes awry and someone else dies and they have to solve it. Very well done. It is very well done. The ending is great. I thought it was great, like up until the very last. It's one of these movies that you sit there and you go, that was really good. I gotta watch it again. So, oh, and Catherine Hahn. I really like her. She was in Bad Moms. She was in The Visitor. The Visitor is one of my, I don't really like horror movies. This is considered like a horror movie slash a little bit funny, but maybe it's not supposed to be funny. But The Visitor, she was in that. She does a very good job. She's a really good actress. And lastly, my third is actually a series I have not even gotten halfway through. I just started watching this. My daughter wanted to watch it, and I thought, even though it's like TV mature, let me see this first, just to sort of preview it. And I thought, I'm gonna hold off a little bit because it deals with so many mature themes that I was like, if I don't feel comfortable watching something with one of my kids, I really don't think that they're ready to see it. So anyways, Jenny and Georgia. This came out in February 2021. Okay, I thought this was fairly recent, but there are 2 seasons to this. I'm only on season 1, episode 7 or 8. 7 maybe. So I'm in the very infancy of this. Now, when I was looking up, who are the actors and actresses that play in this, I had several spoiled things that, I already know the ending of the darn second season because I spoiled it. I shouldn't have even gone up, but it's still going to be interesting. I absolutely love Brianne Howie. I'm looking at my notes. Brianne Howie plays Georgia, is the main character. Now, if you have not heard of this, which I'm sure everybody has at this point, but if you haven't, this is basically like a mature Gilmore Girls, like the premise of a mother and a daughter, and the mother's not married, she had the daughter at a very young age, they're going through different experiences, they have different relationship problems, issues, different things they're going through and experiencing. I think this, and they even have like in Gilmore Girls, they have Luke's breakfast and like a lunch joint that they go to with Luke as the owner. And here, this the one that they have is called the Blue Farm Cafe, and Joe is the owner of that. So they've gone there a few times. It sort of just reminded me of there's a correlation between these two, but the Georgia and Jenny show, the characters are much more developed. There are more characters to deal with. They do focus on a lot of high school / more mature themes. There are a lot of issues dealing with drugs, alcohol, relationships, crime, and deceit. The main character, Georgia, the mother, almost reminds me of an Ozark character. She's so involved in so much from her past that makes her who she is, but she's so deceitful. She's really not a very good role model as far as a mother goes. Yes, she is bubbly. She's bubbly. She's very beautiful. I'm telling you, when I'm watching that show, it is not, I can't even tell that she's acting. It's almost like you're watching an actual thing unfold, because these actors are so good in this series. They're just really phenomenal. The second main actress, obviously, that plays Jenny, Virginia, but she goes by Jenny. I shouldn't say Virginia, that's her name. Jenny is her nickname. She portrays a 15, then just turned 16-year-old, but in reality, she's 23 years old. She does a phenomenal job. She is just, oh my gosh, phenomenal. Anyways, in the very beginning, she is sort of involved with her friend's twin brother, Malcolm. who lives right across the street. His twin sister Maxine and Jenny are very good friends. They become best friends. She has a relationship with Malcolm, very brief, and then she later starts dating this guy Hunter at school. I really like Hunter. I think he's very decent, wholesome type of guy. He's a guitarist in a little band at school anyways. And so they start dating, and Malcolm's sort of out of the picture, but he's sort of on the side. It's almost like Jenny and Hunter are parallels to our mom Georgia with her ex-husband and her new this mayor that she works for. She's sort of she's in a relationship with him. Anyways, Jenny and Georgia also has Austin by a different dad, so there's two dads. I'm not sure if Austin's dad's going to be in the picture at this point, but anyways, very dramatic. Every episode, it's like, I'm like, I can't believe that just happened. Or, oh no, that's going to happen. Oh gosh, is this going to happen? You know, very, very good. So, let's see, what else do we have? I'm just looking. The cute thing is these high school girls are in a little clique called, is it Mang? I think it's Mang. Max, Abby, Nora, and Jenny. Is it Nora? Yeah. I'm still sort of getting the characters down. Anyways, this was filmed in Canada, but it is supposed to be, the setting is supposed to be the fictional city of Wellsbury, Massachusetts. It's a very cozy little place. So Jenny and Georgia. Did I do all three? I had to look at my, yes, okay. So those were the movies or series. Now, I have seen plenty of other movies, plenty. In the morning, I usually put on something very lighthearted. We are watching for the second or third time this season Victorious. I know that is more of a younger sitcom series, whatever the scoop is, but it is so funny. Like, every episode is hilarious. I like something lighthearted, lighthearted in the morning, and it also involves high school kids at a musical school and their relationships, their funny teacher. Like, it's just such a well-scripted sitcom. It's such a funny, well-scripted sitcom. I love it. And Ariana Grande is also in that sitcom. So, I'm sure others, but she's the main, more famous character. What else? So anyways, on to the next thing is the escape room experience, and I'll be very brief about it, but that was last year. I can't remember if it was October when we went, but anyways, it wasn't too long ago. And the escape room we had picked was a house that you had to escape out of, like a haunted house. A haunted house that you had to escape out of. And I did not know what to expect. I actually pictured that it was going to be one large room with different puzzle pieces, and you just had to escape out the very first door that you came in. This one was so well done. I'm telling you guys, my husband and my two kids did not really want to go to the escape room. I had to force them. I said, I'm sorry, it's too late. I already bought the tickets. We already have our 4 friends that we're going to be pairing up with. There's 8 to 10 people to a room. And we are definitely going. I've already booked it. It is too bad you got to go, because I want to do, it's on my bucket list. I got to do it. It was like a belated birthday gift to myself. So anyways, I'm telling you this, we had the best, that was probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life, guys. It was so super fun. Non-stop action. Yes, it was only an hour, but it was non-stop. So basically, they put us in a starting room that looked like a hexagon, and in the middle of it was a very tall basket. I would say it was like 3 feet tall. You couldn't stick your hand all the way down. In the bottom of it, was a key. So we see we see at least 4 other doors in this room, that we're trapped in. All 8 of us are trapped in there. And so we had to go around the room, like feeling above the doorways, feeling under the doorways. I don't know how we found this, but there was a black string with a little magnetic hook type thing. We lowered it in and got the key. The key opened another room. And this room, right when you opened it up, it was like set up like a office bedroom. It had like a little day bed with comforter pillow. It had a desk on it. It had a TV, a fake TV. But leading into that was a little tiny hallway leading into that. And the hallway had a number of, like at least 10 clocks. And all the ants were at different numbers, so that played a part in different color-coded things. I mean, it was very elaborate. The main thing was puzzle pieces. Puzzle pieces were in each of the other rooms that were in the first door that opened. There was like a board that was linked to a wire. And the whole point of this escape room to get to the very last room is you had to find these puzzle pieces. They were like maybe like this big. It was a pretty large puzzle of a lion. It was like gold and black, so you really had to. It was very like abstract lion face. Anyways, we found that. We found other keys to get into the other rooms to get the puzzle pieces. So anyways, these 2 other rooms, one was a food pantry. Again, the puzzle pieces were like hidden in a little area. The key to the final room before the main room was, there was a wall. It looked like a cutout of a door in the wall with wallpaper. And thank goodness, at first I thought, this isn't a wall, I'm not going to touch it because I don't want to wreck their wall. But it was actually a movable piece that led to the other room. It's very complex. So anyways, one of the other rooms, so there has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there were like 5 total rooms. That's how complex this was. It was just a major production. One of the rooms was a bathroom with a toilet, a medicine cabinet, and it had a secret little tiny room that had a little zombie baby sitting in it. It was one of the zombie baby Halloween decorations that I actually have. So everybody was like, that's a creepy little baby in there. Well, it had a puzzle piece behind it. So once we got all the puzzle pieces, we knew where to go and put them in. The minute we put all the puzzle pieces in, the little board could tell by the weight, and it lit up, and you heard like a click, 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 click. Now there was only one click, but I love that sound. So there was click, 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 and all of a sudden you could tell that the final room was open now. We did not solve the escape room. We were literally like down to the 1 minute, and we could not get it. I don't think anybody could get this after when we were trapped and the time was up and it went bang, like a big psst. Like, too bad you failed. The lady came out, the lady that hosts this, and she told us exactly how to solve it. And I thought, there is no way anybody would have gotten this. Here's what it was. I had to write it down to remember it. Okay. In the final room, there were like encyclopedia books, like 5 encyclopedia books, and there were like 2 magazines and 3 coloring books for a total of 10 different books. 10 different books. It was set up like a very mini little library office. There was a little desk with an address book next to a rotary phone. Okay, so we started picking up things. So we picked up a book, for instance, and on the inside cover was a name. On each of the encyclopedia books, there was a name and a number. For instance, like Elise Smith 1, Jonathan Brown 2. The third encyclopedia might have said Jack Johnson 6, whatever. So they had names and numbers. book, same thing. Coloring books were a little bit different. The coloring book had names in them, but I think they were like in the back of the book, whatever, but they had a name and a number. So now looking back on it, obviously this makes sense. What you had to do is take those 10 books, the names and the numbers, go to the address book, look up the last name. So here we have, I'm just saying John Brown said number 1 if it did. Oh, next to John Brown was the number 5, then a number. So if John Brown 1 encyclopedia, number 1 would be the number 5. Do you see how I don't know how she got that. There's no way we would have solved it. Anyways, at the very end of it, all these 10 numbers had different numbers that were a telephone number in order. You use the rotary phone, and when you dialed that, bzzz, she even showed it to us. She obviously, she did it to let us hear the ding, 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 whatever to escape out of, but it was still fantastic. We literally had like 2 minutes to spare. There's no way we would have done it, but we had the best time. It was like the best. So I love escape rooms. I totally want to do another one now. For Christmas, my nephew and his wife gave us a escape room for 4 in Lakeland, Florida. So we are going to do it. We have a deadline of like March. We have to book it by March. She'll book it because she's the one that bought it for us, but that again is an 8-person. I can't remember what the scoop is. It is a pirate adventure. And what she did, she gave us this little treasure chest. Filled with gold coins. Filled with gold coins and gems. And a little scroll. And there was also another scroll that had the pirate escape room. This one. Bonus quest. Have your finest artisan colorfully adorn this pirate chest in any way that he or she chooses. I thought that was the neatest gift. That's one of the neatest gifts I've ever gotten in my life. So we're going on another escape room. I'll have to do another Whisper Ramble to tell you how that one went. I can't wait. I'm so excited. And lastly, our Universal trip. Now, I did do a TikTok. I did do a video on triggers from Universal. But to tell you about our Universal trip, we went in Thanksgiving. It was fantastic. And the neat thing is there weren't a lot of people there considering it was Thanksgiving. I couldn't even believe it. The weather was fantastic. I can't remember if I wore a jacket. I don't think so. I think the weather was fantastic. It was like 70 degrees anyways. We had bought a two park pass so that we could get between the Harry Potter, like use the it's Islands of Adventure and Universal. It's like the 2-park pass. And we had the best time. Now, the wait on some of them was quite a bit. Like one of them, we waited like almost an hour and a half, and that one was like, oh my gosh, get me out of here. But it was just amazing. The rides are fantastic. We love Harry Potter, so of course we did all that. We stayed later, and we got to see his castle, the Harry Potter castle, light up, a light show, different, things flying out, and just, oh my gosh, it was so fantastic. The rides are amazing. We all had good food. This was our second time going back to Universal after, oh my gosh, last year I made a major mistake and I only bought 1 park pass, and our whole purpose was to go see the Harry Potter and do the train. I didn't realize I needed a second park pass, so we couldn't do the train, which was, the train to get to the other better rides. Is it a Jimmy Fallon ride? Yeah, a Jimmy Fallon ride, a mummy ride, a roller coaster that goes straight up and straight down. That is hilarious because they videotape you. And the only thing that I was like, oh gosh, I should have just push continue on this thing is I was gonna buy the video because my husband is literally like his face is distorted going up. I was laughing so hard, but my son hit stop or like cancel instead of continue. No big deal. It's no big deal, but once you do that, you can't get the video. So anyways, it's not a big huge deal, but that roller coaster was fantastic. Just there's so many things to do there, so many things, I mean, we got in so many steps. It was just a great time. So we are going to be going there again coming up in the next month or so. We're only going to be staying two nights over a non-holiday weekend. So I'm thinking it should be pretty, less crowds, which will be even better. The hotel that we stay at is such a fantastic hotel. It is like 5 minutes away from Universal. It has an on-site restaurant that is really pretty inexpensive actually, and they have right outside the hotel, they have transportation to Universal. So if you're staying at the hotel, you do not have to drive your car there or worry about it, and the pickup is very fast. So and the great thing about this hotel is it has the restaurant that's in it is open till 11 p.m. and the park's closed at least by 9 or 10. So you can get back, you can get your pizza, your burger, your fresh fruit, your salad, whatever the scoop is. And it's just such a decent, fantastic, and very inexpensive 2-bedroom suite in November. It was for $110 for a 2-bedroom suite that easily could fit 6 adults. Had a picnic table in the room for like a dining situation. That was only $111. Now they're gone up to $200 plus a night, but that's still cheaper than some of these places, and it's 2 bedrooms. So we're not going to do a ton of that kind of stuff this year. We are going to sort of scale back a little bit, but that's coming up fairly soon. So anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week and stay happy and safe. Please check me out on TikTok and Instagram. I'm probably going to be posting another names video this weekend, as well as a couple of other ASMR requests that I get. For sure, I just love these platforms. Every one of them is different, and the funny thing is you sort of excel at one, and then there's a number 2 and number 3, obviously. TikTok, I have right now 5,800 people following my little channel, whatever it's called. On Instagram, I have 330. That platform, I should be posting like most people post every day on it. I post like once a week maybe, so I'm really not engaging as much as I should, but I do love it. I love looking at other people's posts, and I just love these platforms are just fantastic. Oh, I know before I go, another whisper ramble I will definitely do that I have got to remember to write down is things I learned on TikTok. I know that sounds funny, but I'm telling you guys, we learned a ton off TikTok. It is amazing, and we definitely follow up and double check